Hey everybody, long time no see. Just got back from some much needed PTO down in New Zealand. Had an awesome time and even managed to get engaged down there. So that definitely took my mind off of the content mines here on YouTube and bloviating on geopolitics and AI for you guys. But excited to be back. Have a lot to talk about and think about. Interestingly, one of the things that's actually hopped to the top of the list, sort of emergent in the space of geopolitics and AI, has been this Digital Services Act, 140 million euro fine against X, Twitter, that Elon has kind of blown up about online. This basically implies that because the way X handles its data and the way it doesn't have a lot of transparency around how it does advertising, really how its recommender algorithm works, is not sufficiently transparent to allow the EU to moderate it and regulate potential disinformation on it. This fine is being handed down by the EU under the DSA. So what's really interesting about that is obviously Elon has a ton of friends in the administration still, and there's been a lot of outcry from conservatives. Obviously far right talking points tend to be more utilized, or at least heavily utilized, in disinformation campaigns, and there's not a lot of adults in the room in conservative movements, far right movements, at the very least in the U.S. or the EU, in recognizing that fact that you can regulate disinformation and information warfare and information campaigns based on algorithmic boosting. That has nothing to do with ideology, right? And that's really what the DSA is geared to do, and why it wants this transparency into X and its algorithms. But why I'm concerned about this is I think given Marco Rubio, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and President Trump's previous statements about the DSA, given their previous sanctioning of officials in Brazil, particularly related to the Bolsonaro case, I think we're looking down the barrel of a potentially historic rift between the EU and the U.S. Geopolitically, geostrategically, and in terms of AI strategy and regulation strategy around AI. And the reason that I think that is the administration, and Rubio in particular, has in the past signaled a willingness to sanction EU officials who do this kind of regulation of American tech companies. And given the size and the amount of time that's gone into this X investigation, I'm actually quite concerned that we might see for the first time, really in modern history, this kind of sanctioning of EU officials by the U.S. government. This would represent a stark kind of fork in the road geopolitically between the EU and the US, as well as a departure, I think, on a full rupture on AI regulatory policy between them. So, given all that, really curious for your thoughts, and really glad to be back. Thanks again.